Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind.
Visit StogieGeeks.com/debonair for a list of retailers who carry Debonair cigars. Buy some today and get a little more Debonair. Hello. Hi. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Every new blend borrows from the past in the Saga Blend Show. Sorry about that. I wanted to just run a correction from the previous segment. I mentioned a Dirty Martinez, which is actually a drink, but not the drink I was referring to. I was referring to a Dirty Vesper, which is 1.5 ounces even of Hendrick's gin. A half an ounce of Cold River potato vodka is what it called for before, though I'm going to substitute with Brian's fabulous vodka. A quarter ounce of Kochi Americano, some onion brine, 3 cocktail onions, and a twist of lemon. This is
So what's this called?
Fine cocktail. It's called the Dirty Vesper.
As in
So
the
it's
scooter?
so it's a druid princess, right?
Something like that.
Vespa?
That's Vesper. Yes,
Yes,
you're right.
she's
It's
a
a
druid
druid.
princess.
I like your nerd humor there. That's very
helps.
nice. It's very nice. It is a fantastic cocktail. It was my gateway into martinis. It's very good. But calls for that potato vodka works very well in this
yeah.
cocktail. So I can't wait to try the gorgeous potato vodka with this.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to substitute. We're going to update our recipe and say it's gorgeous potato vodka. But, Will, we've got a Debonair Ideal segment. Brendan's here in studio. Will's on the lines via Skype. We're going to talk about cigar furniture.
Yes. What is cigar furniture?
Is this like furniture that you smoke? Or
Yes. So furniture well, no, it's furniture you're going to smoke in.
you smoke in? You're going to be sitting on the furniture while you're smoking cigars.
Or utilizing it, yeah. I mean,
gotcha.
So I kind of started thinking about this with basically, long story short, is I have like an easy chair in my garage. I ashed on it. I could not get the ash out of it. So obviously there's certain...
Was it not leather? Because let's talk about the materials.
Yeah, this was not leather. This
Gotta
was
be
more like
leather.
a nylon, which was a huge mistake. Which was, I don't want to say nylon. It was like more like a linen type of, or canvas type of thing. It was.
Yes, burn
Yeah.
holes.
Yeah. So
Every once in a while, I'll look at the carpet next door. I mean, we have carpet in here because acoustically, carpet
Works better.
works better. So I'm not about to rip up the carpet that's in here. It's nice right now, but I just know that anything that's cloth or fabric around cigar smoking is going to have a burn hole in it.
Yeah.
It's just
I
inevitable.
probably helped with that earlier.
Next door in the studio area where my office is, as you know, Brenda, like there's this really ghetto carpet. It's a ghetto carpet. It is a ghetto carpet. But so when I burn a hole in it, I'm not crying because I'm like, it's a ghetto carpet.
Just another piece of tape over it.
Yeah,
That's a marker.
We get some of that gaffer's tape and put it right
X-marker.
over it. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, obviously, cigar ash is going to burn through not just your clothing, right?
Right
but,
through your clothing.
Yep, furniture,
Right through your clothing.
right through. That's a shame.
Right through.
I have some nice shirts that, any kind of nylon, like you were saying, Will. Polyester shirts, forget it. So leather chairs is what you want for cigars.
Yeah, I mean, so you tend to see, leather used that's why you see leather chairs, because they look nice, first of all, on the cigar lines. They look debonair.
Yes.
But they actually serve a real purpose. When the ash gets on there, the leather is strong enough where it will,
It's
give
not
you
going to
some
burn
time.
through. Yeah.
It's not going to burn through very quick. I think
It's interesting for our other sets here in G-Unit Studios. I'm like, well, I could really use like a couch maybe, or people are like, hey, can you use this chair? And if it's not leather, I'm like, I really can't put it in my studio. I'm like, it's going to get ruined. It's going to smell really, that's the other thing too. It's going to smell really bad if it's fabric.
It will. I mean, so, we've talked about the old trick when you rent a car. It's a little tougher to get a rental car with leather seats. You can get them. You'll pay a little more. But, yeah, in general, that's the one that kind of usually traps in the cigar smoke if you have the smoking rental.
And if you've got cloth seats in your car, My truck, the truck's the only vehicle I smoke in. It has cloth seats, but it's the oldest vehicle in our fleet, so to speak, and it's the only one I can smoke in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know it has cloth seats. Yesterday, I left the windows open all day and all night
Not gonna
to
do
air it
anything.
out. I mean, and it makes it better when you get in,
But
but it still smells. It
Yeah.
still smells when you get
mine's
in.
cloth, and there's burn holes.
Yeah.
It stinks. It's literally the cloth over the top is starting to fall down because of
Right.
so much smoke. It's just pulling it down. Not the best thing, but
Now, in your man caves, Will, I mean, this means you got to go leather, right? I
You
mean, it's
gotta
the
go
only
leather.
option.
Yeah, you have to go, and you know, if you have a man, it depends what you want to do with the man cave. So, and we've talked about, I know, building man caves, but you know, you can get some of the inexpensive leather, either something on consignment. If you're just putting something in your garage, you could do that. But you could also get some nicer leather if you want to invest in it and have more of a, if you're looking to really decorate it and have more of a setting like that, you could do that too. So I mean, you have some options there. Cigar lounges always use, for the most
Leather.
part, use leather.
Yep.
yep.
I
And-
don't
and
see.
there is different quality of it, and like you said, well, you can find some stuff on consignment and whatnot.
Yeah.
If
you don't want-
I mean, because you don't. The other thing too is you don't want to go to the local furniture store and buy the $300+ leather chair that you're going to sit and have a cigar in, because it's
And
still,
burn
even though
it.
it's leather, it's still going to get beat.
Yep.
Smoking is messy, is what I've noticed about my office here
Anything
in the
that's
studio.
fun is messy. So let's be real. It's the messy.
It's very well put.
It
That's-
is. Anything that's fun is messy.
I won't dispute that. But in my office, where I smoke cigars for reviewing, I have a glass desk, because I figured if I'm going to be ashing on it, glass is probably going to be the easiest to clean, and all the things are metal on it. So that
Yeah.
helps, because it doesn't. You can take Windex,
Yep.
spray that glass as much as you want with Windex. If it's wood and you're constantly like wiping it with something,
Yeah, the wood gets
the
it when you
wood-
put drinks on it. It starts to warp the wood.
Right.
Stuff
So I
like
went
that.
glass.
So, yeah.
Basically, to speak to your point with cigar furniture, glass is nice too, because it cleans easy.
Well, you should ask Brian if he owns a cattle ranch. Ever get into leather chairs for the cigars?
Yeah, can we buy leather from you, Brian?
Buy the chair, buy the cigar,
the
buy
steak.
the steak. Utilize the whole animal. It's just
There's no
one bang
waste.
for your buck.
So,
You hit another point. Go ahead,
yeah,
Paul.
no, because I was going somewhere, and then I figured you had something along those lines, because I was talking about smoking in my office and how it's messy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so the next thing you need, though, you need some sort of a table, is what I find. That's going to kind of ergonomically go with your chair. So for example, if you have a leather recliner, you don't want to have a coffee table in front of you, because that's just not going to be. You're going to have to kind of prop the chair up, kind of go do that. So if you have, like I said, a leather recliner, you tend to want to have a side table of some sort, is what I would advise. So you can eat, and some of even the recliners have little
Cup holders.
cup holder type things that you can leverage as well. I've seen one cigar place have the movie theater type thing,
Yeah.
where and in between there's a divider and cup holders, and you could put your ashtray there. So that's something that's, I would say, pretty important to have. And if you're going to go with the couch, I tend to see the coffee table as something better. You can put that in front of you, and then just easily have something like that. And like you said, you just made a good point about the glasses. Maybe not a good option if you have small kids, but certainly they're not going to be in your man cave. That's not
Right.
what they're going to take.
Well, the thing is, you want a table big enough, like this table here we have in the studio, like it's just big enough for an ashtray and to put some drinks down and put your accoutrements on it. And I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, right? But when you're in the cigar lounge, you have a cigar, right?
Yep.
You got your cutter and your lighter, which is typically out.
Yep.
And you typically have a drink, because if you're smoking a cigar, whether you're drinking a glass of water or a cocktail,
Yeah.
you're drinking something, and you have an ashtray. And you don't want to have to put your accoutrements like back in your pocket or on the side. Like some lounges, like I'll put the lighter and cutter on the arm of the chair because that's the most convenient spot.
Yep.
And then inevitably, like it falls. like down in the cushion, and then you're standing up, and you got to take the cushion out, and you're like underneath the chair trying to fish your cutter
For
out of the
someone that
thing.
Every cigar
works.
place has done that.
Yes.
By the way.
It is. Well, for someone who works in the cigar place, you know, pull the seats. I gotta pull the seats, you know, a couple times a week.
You
Make
find
sure
8
I find
cutters,
cutters,
yeah.
torches,
Right.
peanuts. I don't know.
A lot of cigar ash.
Change. You know,
yeah.
I pull the seats mostly for the change because you know, get rich scheme, but you know, it's.
Could you picture what's in Stogie Santa's couch?
Oh, it's like his last
It's like
previous.
Christmas.
It's like
Christmas.
cell phones, pocket knives, cigars. Because you know he's lost a cigar in there. He lost a cigar in the seat on set once. So
Yeah, but he sat on it, right?
That's pressed,
He was
yeah.
keystering it.
I mean, I'm just thinking about a couch.
But that does speak to a point, though. You do want a chair, speaking of cigar furniture,
Yeah.
that you can easily clean. You want something you can take the cushion
down.
off. Because, I mean, all the listeners and Brendan knows me, like, I drop ash all over myself all the time.
Every day.
And inevitably, the ash will get dropped. Like, if I'm holding a cigar like this, like, the logical place for it to fall is in between my leg and the chair and
Yeah.
down into the seam underneath the cushion.
Cigar smoker's best friend is the dust buster.
Yes. Yes.
You know, you have to
and
have
being
it.
able to take that
If
cushion
not-
out, I think, is important.
It is, and if you don't, you're just pulling seats aside, trying to, you know,
We've had
vacuum in between.
We've literally had to dump the seat upside down at times in one of my cigar places I've gone to because stuff has gone in there and it goes to parts unknown.
Yeah.
It does. I've been there at Mr.
Cut
J. Savannah
holes,
Smoke
cut
Shop.
There's a
we
black
cut a hole.
hole. There's a
There
black
is.
hole in every cigar shop.
There
And
is.
torches, cutters, cigar, they all disappear into this
It's
black
like
hole.
socks.
And
It's
you
like-
never
yeah.
find them again.
It's like
I don't know.
socks, yeah.
I bought my Lotus torch. It's gone. I don't know. The black hole got it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you. You know, good luck with that black hole.
I've been at Mr. J's when we literally had the cushions out of the seats and there's like 3 guys like all trying to reach in the different parts of the chair to find like whatever was lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck finding it.
What we need to do, what I think we come out of this segment is develop a very debonair looking cigar smoking chair that is also very functional, that has a pocket for your lighter and cutter, it's got a cup holder, and it's got an ashtray all built right
Ooh,
into it.
debonair. You gotta have a neck rest. You
It's
can
got
lay
a- yeah,
back,
maybe
so
it's a
you can get
massage
shave
chair.
while you're
Yeah.
smoking.
There's a humidor built into it.
Right, exactly. You pop the side, James Bond.
That's,
light.
yeah, you push a button, a little humidor comes out.
There's the
Get my
ashtray right on the
smokes.
side. That's a good invention.
Yeah.
Be
But
awesome.
like a little chair where you press a button, the ashtray pops out off the side of it, and you just ash out and close
I
it
mean,
back up.
it's only going to be about $5,000 per chair, but it would be an awesome
I could get it
cigar
down
chair.
to a good 4.
Yeah.
You know, good 4.
Anything else on cigar furniture, Will?
You know, one thing that's kind of my pet peeve on in cigar places is I love the stand-up stinky ashtray.
Yes.
And I think this is kind of what you hit. But if that stand-up stinky ashtray has no place to put the cutter or lighter,
Yes.
sometimes they tend to, you have to put them on the side and they fall in. And one of my big pet peeves, undebonair-like, is when you ash on your accessories.
Grease.
yeah, because they fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I don't, you know, that's just one of my pet peeves from a cigar place. and don't, you know, if you have a stinky ashtray, they should design the stinky ashtray with a little compartment that way.
So
you can,
no, well,
they
you know
have
what
the
they do
one-
at,
They have the ones that have
the tray.
The tray on
They
the
do?
side.
But
where
at Mr.
you can
J's,
put-
though-
But you're reaching down here.
Yeah,
You're
but at Mr.
reaching
J's,
down every time for your
Mr. J's
shit,
looks
you know?
like they use. It looks like the ashtrays that my grandfather used to have in his barber shop, and it was actually a cigarette ashtray.
Yeah.
So it had a pretty big diameter to it, and that's what they would put in between the chairs in the barbershop waiting
Mm-hmm.
area, so you could have a cigarette while you waited to get your hair cut. You could probably smoke while you had your hair cut in
Yeah.
those days. Imagine that. They took a
I'm saying you
stinky.
can smoke while you're shaving.
They took a stinky and they put it inside of that ashtray. So underneath, you can still put like a cutter and a lighter
Yep.
in that bottom tray, and then the ashtray is on the top part.
Up, yeah. But still, depending on the height of your chair,
Yes.
you're still reaching down for shit, reaching
Right.
down for stuff. You know what I mean? So you kind of want it level so you can just kind of grab it, do your thing, and the whole.
These tables work well. We actually,
perfect height.
yeah.
The whole
you know
idea
why?
of smoking
why it's
is
perfect height?
relaxing, enjoying.
We stole
and-
this one from next door. Don't tell Todd.
Oh, you told one? Yeah, nice. Very
Did
nice.
this look
You know
familiar?
what? Yeah, no, you know what? I was going to say, you should have stole one of the better ones. You didn't do yourself any justice right there, but not bad.
All right. So I think we're going to take a short break, and we're going to talk about our unbanded will.
yes, we're going to talk about our
I don't have the.
Ooh, I'm
I don't have the-
excited.
I don't have. You're excited because you know what it is.
I know. I picked the cigars, so I get to sit there and see how you liked them.
I'm curious to see what it.
Me too. I think I know.
I love it. I saw his review. Oh, MJ12, awesome cigar.
Yeah,
I'm like, I love that stick. That's why I picked it for you. So I'm glad you liked it.
I have notes. I actually took notes this week on my Unbanded.
Ooh.
Imagine that. Hopefully we get the envelope so we know what it is. But we'll work on that, and we're going to take a short commercial break and come right back.
What you write?
Every new blend borrows from the past, and the Saga Blend No. 7, it is the perfect combination of timeless knowledge of traditional tobaccos and the newer balance that today's cigar enthusiasts come to expect and love in a fine cigar. Leveraging 6 generations of experience and tradition of the Reyes family, the Saga Blend No. 7 delivers a unique, full-flavored, medium-bodied cigar. The cigar is highlighted by a Brazilian wrapper over a blend of Central American and Dominican tobacco. Available in 3 sizes at an affordable price, the Saga Blend No. 7 is sure to please and bring together past and present.
Brought to you by Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. The Tabaquero by Hamlet Paredes, developed and blended by Cuban master of tobacco, Hamlet Paredes. This cigar is an exciting addition to the Patel family, featuring traditional and rare sizes hand-picked by Hamlet himself. Smoke Tabaquero by Hamlet Paredes today. For more information, visit them on the web at rockypatel.com and be sure to follow Rocky Patel Premium Cigars on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Experience the world through the eyes of an icon with the new Macanudo Inspirado line. Created for a global palate, Macanudo Inspirado defies convention. Handcrafted with the world's finest tobaccos, Inspirado delivers a unique international smoking experience. Find Inspirado Orange at fine tobacconists everywhere and Inspirado Black online and in your favorite catalogs. Ready to be inspired? Check out Macanudo Inspirado now at macanudo.com.
Envelope. Hi, hey, we're back with the Unbanded segment. How's everyone doing? I'm here with Brenda in studio, as well as Will Cooper on the lines via Skype. And we're going to talk about, here comes the envelope. Vanna White's coming with the envelope.
Ooh, I get it.
Oh, well, you know what? We'll let Brenda open it. How's that?
Yeah, I'll pick it out.
Don't open it yet. We're going to talk about it first. Relax over there, Brenda. And we have pictures. There's a whole process to go. There's a whole process. Ooh. Don't be like, what's that guy, Steve Harvey?
Oh,
and read the wrong one or something. The winner is
Canada. It is not Canada.
Will, what did you? I have some notes on this cigar, Will.
Yeah, I mean, so I thought it was obviously a 60 ring gauge.
I had it as a 6x60.
I thought it was maybe a 6 1/4, but. I didn't have it measuring, and I measured against something that was a 6 1/4, so okay. I thought it might be a 6 1/4. It was a medium to full cigar, I would say, both strength and body.
Yep.
It had an interesting sweetness to it, and it definitely had a spice component that was not overwhelming. It was a little drying on my palate, I thought.
Really?
But it was still very flavorful.
Yeah, I had my wrapper guess was like light brown chocolate, perhaps a Habano, maybe a San Andreas. I wasn't quite sure on the wrapper, just based on color, but it was light brown, kind of chocolatey in color. I cut it with a straight cut. I don't know about you, Will. 60 ring. I try and cut it with my V cutter, and it just doesn't cut deep enough in a 60 ring, so I did a straight cut with it. I got Barnyard and Earth on the cold draw. The aroma from the foot was the same as the cold draw, which is interesting because a lot of times the cold draw kind of aroma is different from what you get off the foot. When I sip the foot, I got the same thing, Barnyard and Earth.
I got that too. I didn't mention it, but yes, I got that as well.
The flavors for me, especially in the first third, and I'll talk about how it progressed. I got light chocolate notes, like chocolate that's not. It's not like a dark chocolate that's overpowering or like a really strong chocolate. It's kind of like if there was just a little bit of chocolate mixed in with what you were doing. So I got definitely some chocolatey notes. There was definitely some spice on the retrohale. It was a little earthy, and there was a sweetness component, almost like the sweetness you get when you eat like a milder kind of chocolate bar. There's that really chocolatey kind of bite to it, but there's also some sweetness in the back.
Cinnamon bunny?
It wasn't really cinnamon for me. It was more like a chocolatey sweetness for me. As the cigar progressed, it was a lot of the same profile in the second third for me. Definitely that chocolatey sweetness. A little bit of pepper started to creep up when I got into the final third. Did you get that too? In the final third, there was more pepper.
It didn't overpower you. It wasn't a pepper that was going to overpower it or get harsh at the end. But yeah, there was definitely more of a spice component along the way. That sweetness, I kept thinking Corojo sweetness, but it just with the other flavors didn't go that route.
It felt Nicaraguan to me. Definitely the flavor profile was Nicaraguan to me. If I had to guess, and I'm probably wrong, I would say Tatuaje Gran Cajonu.
Wrong.
I thought so.
Is it Nicaraguan?
It is.
All right.
Find it.
Let's do the... Do you have... put the picture up.
Don't put the picture... Oh,
no, this is the picture without the band.
The naked picture.
Yeah. See that light chocolate brown wrapper, 6
Don't
by 60?
show her like that without her clothes on. That is wrong.
Yeah, I thought it might be an asylum, but it seemed like there was a few things that didn't make me think it was an asylum.
Had more of a twang to me, but
twang to it, exactly.
I could be wrong. All right, let's see what it was.
It is.
That makes sense.
The Inch by E.P. Carrillo.
The Inch.
Is it the natural? It was a natural? It was a natural.
That was, I grabbed the Maduro for you, right?
That was probably Maduro. Yeah.
Okay.
The natural's, I think, a lot lighter than that.
It's a little light. Yeah, it seemed
in the picture, it looks darker, but that's just the light box. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was 6 1/4. I was right.
It was.
Yes.
You are right.
6 1/4 by 60, right?
Can't put anything past Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I happen to have one of the aging room cigars that I know was a 6 1/4, and when I put it up against it when I smoked it, they were identical in size.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a 6 1/4, and I was trying to think of one. I forgot the Inch is.
I forgot the
Did
Inch.
I give you the 62?
It might have been a 62. Might have been 62.
62.
Mine was definitely. I think mine was the 60.
Was it?
Sure. I'm pretty sure.
60.
I
thought it was very good though.
Inch is a solid. I mean, I would
solid.
say it's about a 5er. I mean, that's what I would put.
It's tough for me to rate the 60 past the 5er. I know.
Do you know why I gave you this?
No,
cigar?
please. This is great. We get the reasoning behind it and everything.
The reason I gave you guys this cigar is because my Inches have been sitting on the shelves for a while. And everyone sees that big stick and they kind of overpass it.
Yeah.
And there's two reasons why. Maybe it's not necessarily your flavor profile, blah, 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 but I think it has terrific flavor in it. The problem is construction issues every now and then. I get a lot of turnbacks with the Inches. This one's blowing up. This one's canoeing on me.
My wrapper was
steady.
very fragile.
It starts unwrapping on you.
But because we do these blind smokes, and I really only get one, and I don't like us to have to go back and buy more. I take my glue, which we're going to do some segments on, and I glued some of my wrapper back on so that I could smoke this unbanded. Well, I don't know about you, construction. I mean, the burn and draw was perfect for me, but that wrapper was very fragile.
It was a little dry, and the wrapper was a little dry, but we're going through it's actually very dry for this time of the year down here right now, which may have a little bit to do with it, and I had it out for a little while on the table, but I don't think... But... what they're doing with the Inches now is there is a footer band on those. Yeah. The newer ones, which I think helps with some of that. Because I've seen the Inches. I get a lot of fraying on the foot of those things, especially on the 62 and the 64.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. At least like the C99s, they have that band at the bottom that say C99 on it. Kind of holds it all together, especially because the way they package it, they don't do any cello on them. Yes. And there's no actually, like Tatuaje does the bulk wrapping around them. Right. And so when you undo them, you can at least let them kind of settle.
It's what do they call that wrapping on the bundle in the Tatuaje, Will?
The wrap, they have the wet pack.
Wet pack, thank you. It's a wet pack.
That's what it is.
Yes.
But that's the problem with the Inches, I find, is that because they're not sold, because they're not wet packed, because they kind of bang around that box for so long, you get the people that pick them up, put them back, pick them up, put them back. And, that wrapper is very delicate, so you get that breakage issues and those burning issues. Right. But I find that the flavor is really good in them, that it's worth the smoke.
It is.
It's worth
you're
the
right.
try,
it was a really good smoke.
It's kind of smoke at your own risk almost, because it's depending what shop you get from, depending on what humidification they're using.
Mine was mine didn't go through travel like Will's did, and I still noticed that. And I think it's because it's such a large ring gauge that when that tobacco expands, it can really expand.
It can.
When it heats up, and it tends to lead to some cracking, maybe canoeing kind of. I had to touch it up quite a bit. It wasn't horrible.
No.
There are cigars that are way
No.
worse in that
Exactly.
respect.
Performed
But
very well burn-wise, I thought, and the draw was excellent on that big. You know, they're blended to be that size, so
Yeah.
they're made to be that size, which I think helps.
Well, that's the thing is that a lot of people nowadays have been asking for, where do you get those chocolate tastes, those
Yes.
nutty tastes, those, sweet tastes? They're looking
was
for those
chocolatey sweet. It
flavors. So
was.
you
You're
want
right.
to give them that. So, a lot of times I'm like, if you're good with a bigger engaged cigar, I will give you that, because instead of paying $14 for, the Padron 64
Right.
Exclusivo, you can get similar flavors, kind of same profile in the inch line, but it's the consistency with them that I find that it's more. Don't hotbox them. Don't smoke them so fast. Slow down. Take your time with them. Treat them like a lady. You know what I mean?
You do wanna take your time
Enjoy
with this
them.
cigar,
You
yeah.
do, because if you smoke them too fast, that's where all your
and
issues
I
come
did.
from.
I was really impressed with the flavor profile on this cigar. Will I
Yeah,
really
it was a good cigar. It was
Yeah.
a good cigar.
Tasty.
Brenda, you're finding that this cigar's sales has slowed down? Because I remember this was a red hot cigar when it came out.
I have. I've been in the industry for
a while
8
now.
years.
Yeah.
8 years now. When this cigar first came out, I couldn't keep them in stock. It's everyone wanted to try them. Everyone heard something about them, and I always found it to be, if it smokes right,
Yeah.
a great cigar, especially for the money. But over time, it's just people keep forgetting about them, and they sit on your shelf, and it's sad because it's almost like you see that older puppy in the window that's no one's bought yet.
It gets
He's
a lot of
kinda
attention when it's a
sitting there
puppy.
with
Yeah,
a puppy, but no one's bought him.
Right.
So you feel bad, and you're like, this is a good smoke. No one's touched it in a while. Let's bring some recognition back to the flavor of this cigar, because when you do find that person, it's the same with, you find that right cigar for that right person.
Right,
When
right.
you find that right pairing, it's a great cigar for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that cigar to kind of just
Die
go
off.
away
Yeah,
and die off
exactly.
like a lot have. And that's why I threw it into your blind tasting, because I'm like, let's see if they can pick up what this cigar used to be and kind of bring it back. Because I do
It's gotten
carry
better.
a
It's
few.
gotten better with age.
But
yeah.
and smooth. Did you find it smooth?
very smooth.
Very
Yeah,
smooth.
no, it was
smooth.
very well made.
Very
Yes.
smooth.
For a 60, it had a lot of smoothness to it.
And I haven't smoked that cigar in maybe 3-4 years. And I still have faith in it. I like EP Krill. There's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff I like
yeah,
by
no,
them.
me too.
I find their blends to be very palate satisfying.
Yes.
So give it a shot. Try it. See if you like it.
Well, that's
And
why we do these blind tastings. And we're going to take a short break right now. We're going to come back and talk about our Stogies of the week. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.